Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to Practical Self Healing for your soul, heart, mind, and body. On this ongoing series, we teach soul healing, we teach soul self healing, and we use ancient techniques, very practical and simple techniques, and some brand new modern techniques as well. And we also tell you and sometimes offer you some Tao soul healing. Tao is the source, the name for the source. So today I had a break last week, did not do this episode because I was busy in one of Master Sha's retreats. So I'm going to continue as I promised in my prior episode from 2 weeks ago. And that is, I'm going to go deeper into forgiveness today. And we're going to focus on forgiveness for relationships. Okay? So, good morning, Linda, Lena, and Laura. We have 3 L's with us today. Wonderful. So, relationships are a source of suffering in our lives. I think most of us have experienced that. Some of us may have some chronic relationship issues with people who are very close to us. We have our partner relationships, our romantic relationships from our first boyfriends and girlfriends, and they have, for almost everybody, they have been a source of some pain and some suffering. And sometimes you have chronic issues with some very close people in your lives, members of your own family, or horrendous examples of abuse within families, abuse between partners, and all kinds of problems. So I think most of us have a relationship we wish would be better. Sometimes we can have a relationship that we wish never happened. I hope that's not the case for you, but too many people have these major relationship challenges. So, Master has taught about a couple of types of these challenges. One is, these are actually part of Buddhist teaching, which has great wisdom. We're not teaching Buddhism, but one type of suffering, major suffering, is called IBLE. IBLE means, I means love, many of you know. Bia means to separate, and li means to leave. So IBLE means that you love someone, but you just can't be with that person, right? Or you have to leave that person, or that person has to leave you, or maybe that person dies and you grieve the loss of that person. So IBLE in all of its forms, love somebody so much, but you just cannot be with them for whatever reason. That is one of the 8 major sufferings in traditional Buddhist teaching. And I think you'll all agree that this is definitely one of the major sufferings in most of our lives. I don't know many people, can't think of anyone actually, who has not gone through this kind of suffering. Nobody that in my family, none of my friends in my life, and myself, I have gone through that kind of suffering also. Second type of relationship suffering is, if you want to know the Chinese, I'll try to type them here, I Bia Li, which means, word for word, you can piece together the meaning. Good morning, Sherry, Heike, Manu, and Joan. I means love, and Bia means separate, and okay, and Li means leave. Okay, so I'm trying to type it in. I'm not doing a very good job. Okay, I Bia Li. The B-I-E is one word. I don't know why there's an extra space there. I-B-L-E. So if you want to practice a little Chinese with me, I-B-L-E. Hi, Terry. So love, separate, leave. So again, who has not suffered from this? If you have not suffered from this in your life, please let me know. Let us know. I'll give you a big hand, give you a big congratulations. You are very blessed. You are very fortunate if you have not suffered from IBLE. You love someone, but you have to separate for some reason. You can't be with that person for some reason, or one of you has to leave the other person. You have to leave the person you love, or the person you love has to leave you. So another one of the 8 major sufferings taught in Buddhism is Yuan Zheng Hui. Yuan Zheng Hui. Let me type that in. Yuan Zheng Hui. Okay, I think I typed that in well. Whoops, it gave me some friend or something. Yuan Zheng Hui. Okay, I don't want that. It's giving me some options here that I don't really want. Okay, good. All right, Yuan Zheng Hui. All right, what is Yuan Zheng Hui? Finally, okay. What is Yuan Zheng Hui? This is another one of the 8 major sufferings in traditional Buddhist teaching, and this also has to do with relationships, okay? Relationships that we need to heal. And Yuan means complain, and Zheng means hate, okay? It's the opposite of I, love. And Hui means to be together. So what is Yuan Zheng Hui? It means you don't like somebody, or somebody doesn't like you, okay? Hate is very strong, but let's just say you really don't like somebody, or somebody really doesn't like you. You complain about it, you may complain about each other, you may complain to each other, you may do worse to each other. But Hui, be together. You have to be together. Okay, Yuan Zheng Hui. So word for word, it's like, I'll type it in. Yuan Zheng Hui, first word means complain. Second word means literally hate, very strong. And the third word means be together. Okay, thank you, Linda. Wonderful. So complain, hate, be together. So have you experienced this form of suffering in a relationship? Have you experienced this kind of relationship that you need to, you want to heal and transform, make better? So far I don't see anybody who has written that you have not suffered from IBLE. You love someone, but you just can't be with them. And if you've not suffered from Yuan Zheng Hui, you have to be with somebody that you just cannot stand. Okay? Could be in your family, could be in your workplace, could be in school. You just have to be with somebody. You know, there's so much bullying going on among young people, school children, very young children even these days. And you just have to be with your tormentor, your bullier, if you're a victim. You just have to be with them day after day in the classroom. Okay, so have you gone through any such situations? Let me know if you have not. I really want to know if you have not, because you are really blessed if you have not suffered from either of these relationship challenges. It means you have very good, positive information. very good positive records of relationships from all your lifetimes. And if you believe in, understand karma, it means you have very good relationship karma. But again, I don't really know anybody. I can't think of anybody um, who has not suffered from one or both of these kinds of 8 major sufferings. So this is all by way of prelude to our practice today. We're going to, as I mentioned in my previous episode, we're going to go deeper into forgiveness, and we're going to focus on one relationship. So choose a relationship that you want to heal and transform. Okay? And welcome Fatima from Ecuador. Welcome Ayesha Sandy from Georgia, I believe. Okay. So pick a relationship. Pick a very challenging one in your life. Now, this could be painful to do. It could bring up a lot of negative memories, a lot of emotions. And if you've suffered from major relationship issues, from trauma, this is not necessarily going to take the place of professional guidance and professional, professional counseling, other methods. So, if you've suffered deep, deep emotional wounds, mental wounds, then, I'm not saying this can take the place of like professional mental health treatment, things like that, but it can certainly be used as a supplement, a complement to any other kind of care or healing you're receiving. And it, in many cases, this can work wonders, okay? It has worked wonders for many, many people, for many, many relationships. So choose a relationship that is very challenging. If you feel up to it, choose the most challenging relationship that you can think of in your life. Okay? We call the soul of that person to come. So, dear the soul of, name the person. Could you please come in front of me? And for all of you, the soul of the person has come in front of you. So if you can see with your spiritual eye, great. If you cannot, imagine, visualize the person in front of you. And try to look at that person with not the hurt and harm that they have done to you. Maybe you've hurt or harmed them back. But try to see the best in that person. Try to see that that person has good qualities as well. Try to see that that person has an inherently good nature, an innate good nature. But something put that person off track. Something made that person go out of alignment with his or her true nature, which is a kind nature, sincere nature, an honest nature, a loving nature, and more. Try to see that nature in the other person and in yourself. You know that you have, at your core, you are kind, you are sincere, you are loving, you are forgiving. See that the other person is also forgiving. Let's continue with our practice. Dear the soul of, name the person, please come in front of me. We have had some challenges between us, some major problems in our relationship. And you can name some of those challenges. I'll give you a little time Name the challenges. Talk to the person from your heart. Okay, good. Now think about yourself. Have you hurt or harmed this other person? Have you said any words in anger? Have you done anything to hurt the person? Maybe you've gone behind their back on something. You've said negative things about them to others. Or maybe even worse, I don't know, but be honest with yourself. You don't have to tell me. You're telling the person and you're telling heaven. Okay, you're telling the universe. So think of any hurt or harm, negativity that you have directed toward the person. And let the person know, I have da-da-da. I have spoken in anger to you. I have not listened to you. I have ignored you. I have gone against what was best for you. I have talked negatively about you to others. I have cheated you. I have cheated on you. I have stolen from you. I have knocked down your reputation. I have physically hurt you, whatever it may be. We have to be able to own up to our own mistakes. Now let us apologize. I deeply apologize for all the hurt and harm that I have done to you. I deeply apologize for all the hurt and harm that I remember and have just told you about, just admitted to you. I deeply apologize for all the hurt and harm that I did not remember, for all the hurt and harm I may have done to you in past lifetimes. Most of us don't know that. I deeply apologize for all the hurt and harm my ancestors have done to you in any lifetime. So sincerely apologize for your hurt and harm, whether you know it or not, whether you remember it or not, whether you're aware of it or not. Please forgive. Now sincerely and humbly ask for forgiveness. I humbly ask you to please forgive my ancestors and me. Please forgive my ancestors and me. Please forgive my ancestors and me. We are sincerely sorry. We know we were not right in any of the hurt and harm we have caused you. We deeply apologize. Now call on heaven if you believe in heaven. Call on the universe to hear your apology and apologize. Dear heaven, dear the divine, dear Tao source, the ultimate source, dear all kinds of heavenly beings, call on anyone you wish to, Jesus, Guan Yin, the compassion Buddha, call on anyone in your belief system, anyone that you connect with. I deeply apologize for I have gone against heaven in making these mistakes. Heaven's wishes for me, for each and every one of us. I have gone against the universe for the negativity I have created. Everything that we are, everything that everyone and everything is a field, a vibrational field. And I deeply apologize for creating this negativity in my vibrational field because it radiates, it connects with everyone and everything in the universe. Please forgive my ancestors and me. Okay, now we have to be ready to offer forgiveness. And this can be the hardest part for many of us, especially if the person we've called really hurt us badly. We may have been physically abused, sexually abused, emotionally and mentally abused, might have been stolen from, cheated on, all kinds of hurt and harm. This could be very difficult and emotional when we go deeply into this. So again, seek more help, seek other professional help if you have deep wounds, deep trauma. But this practice, I will say, definitely continue to do it because it will help. It can help greatly. I'll give you an example at the end, one of many. So now talk to the other person again. Dear who and who, you have hurt me in this life. You have, and just tell the person calmly, try not to do it with any anger, any bitterness, any fear, any anxiety. Just as the facts. Just tell the person, what hurt and harm did they do to you? I'll give you some time. I'll be silent. If some emotions are coming up, some tears are coming up, take some deep breaths and let it go. Let it out. Let it go. Healing process can be painful. Healing process does not necessarily happen in an instant, although we have many very quick healing results, especially from Tao soul healing, source soul healing. But we have to do our work. If you're healing from a chronic illness, chronic pain, life-threatening issue, you can't expect it to be healed overnight. You have to do your work along with receiving blessings and more. Healing is a gradual process in most cases. How long did it take to contract the illness or suffer the pain or injury? It may seem like it was in an instant, right? All of a sudden you go to the doctor, you get something checked out, and you get a diagnosis of cancer. Or all of a sudden you have an accident and an injury, and then you're in pain. It may seem like it happens in an instant, but it really has been building up for a long time. Could have been building up for lifetimes and lifetimes, because it is the negative information, the seeds of negativity that we plant along the way in all our lifetimes, and suddenly they can blossom into a sickness, pain, an accident. Negative seeds yield negative harvests. That's why we want to plant positive seeds, to reap positive harvests. And that's why we need to do forgiveness for the negative seeds we've planted. Because the relationship challenges you have with this person are the harvest of negative seeds that you've planted with each other in this lifetime and past lifetimes. So now do your best to forgive, to let go of all the hurt and harm you've talked about. I am going to open my heart, do my best to open my heart fully and forgive you completely, totally, unconditionally for all the hurt and harm you've caused me. And if you can't do it completely, just do what you can. Do it partially and keep working at it. Do this every day. What are we doing? Soul healing of relationships. We're talking to the soul of the other person. And as Master Sha says, the soul is the root. The soul is the carrier of information, positive and negative, that we create. That's what we take with us when we die. Our soul takes all the information, all the record of this life we're in, and takes it to heaven and reincarnates and carries it into our next life. That is our greatest legacy. What we do, what we say, what we think in every moment, that is all part of our legacy. So let it go. I forgive you completely, totally, unconditionally. Please forgive me. I forgive you. 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 So I have to cut this short because my time is running out, but I recommend that you do this. You can continue this. I'm going to give you a blessing to close this program. Please share your thoughts, your feelings, anything that came to you, your tears, your heart opening, whatever came to you. Please feel free to share. And welcome Catherine, welcome LK, and I'll give you blessing, but this works because we are healing the soul. One example, one student was estranged from her brother. They had not spoken for decades. They literally had not spoken for 30 years. And, she did this forgiveness practice with the soul of her brother every day, sincerely. And in less than 3 weeks, for the first time in 30 years, her brother called her. And her brother said, I don't even know why we haven't been talking, but it doesn't make any sense. We're family, you're my sister, I love you. And I know you love me, so. And then they went on and had a nice, healthy, normal relationship. And that's just one example I can name several other examples off the top of my head. And personal examples as well. So do it, it works. Doesn't mean we tolerate, if you're still like the person could continue to hurt you, abuse you, doesn't mean we have to subject ourselves to it, tolerate it, excuse it. But yes, Ayesha, all of these are recorded on the Master Sha Tao Center group page. Shir has a regular program as well. They're all there. And so do it, okay? I will give you a soul operation, and also you can watch the soul operation for the relationship you chose to continue to clear the negative information, the negative seeds that were planted, to do my best to help you make sure they don't blossom more and more into more negativity. So think of you and the person's still in front of you. Soul operation for your relationship starts. Silent. soul operation clears some negative information, some negative seeds from your all lifetimes. Replace them with positive messages, positive information, positive love, light, and forgiveness. And I will allow you to rewatch this and receive the soul operation a second time, okay? 2 times, not a third time. You can receive this blessing a second time as well. Okay, soul operation ends, and I have to end the program. Welcome, Priti, Shari, and thank you, everyone. So, as I promised, I wanted to take you a little deeper into forgiveness today, and may we all heal all our relationships so that we can live in love. Welcome, Heike. So that we can live in love, peace, and harmony with each other, with everyone, with everything. So have a beautiful week. Thank you, Adriana. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So have a beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you, Jennifer. And my love to you. Please forgive me if I've ever hurt or harmed you in any way. I forgive you all unconditionally if you've ever hurt or harmed me in any way. I don't know of anybody here who's hurt or harmed me, so I don't think I need to forgive you for anything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Love you all.